I'll tell you what, it's great to have another dude on who's a degenerate like us, but has fun being a degenerate like us. Isn't it, boys?
But one thing he said he stops at betting at Korean baseball. He said people who bet Korean baseball are real degenerates. Hey, Coach, have you ever bet Korean baseball?
Well, it's funny you should ask. I meant to one time, and then something happened, and I never actually got the bets in. And that would have been the one night that I actually would have gone 4-0, thanks to the Godfather. But I don't like to think about it because that reason isn't even around anymore. But thank you for asking.
But
wait a second, time out. That night we won 11-0 that night, Coach.
There's only 5 games in the KBO. There's only 10 teams. You can't go 11-0 in KBO. Now, across the board, yes. I've never been more angry with myself than waking up after a really productive night, if you know what I mean. And I missed putting the bets in because I overslept. That will never happen again.
Wait, you're not pulling what's that dude's name? Dave Vegas with his girl where he's leaving the house and he can't handicap without her. What's going on? You're not pulling one of them on us, are you?
That's one of the dumb when you date somebody that Dave is dating, you don't leave the house ever. I don't care if it's for business. I don't care if it's for handicapping. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. And I hope he hears this.
Hey, Coach, one good thing in all seriousness, at least, you missed that night. It was a huge night. But last Saturday, Joey and the Philly Godfather picked up 12 positions on UFC. So you at least picked up 12 positions on Saturday, didn't you? I mean, I know you were in Utah with your son playing baseball, who's, I understand, a great first and third baseman, but you did well, right?
Well, I mean, there wasn't a lot of internet up there, and I got caught up with the time change, and I didn't get one bet in. I didn't put one bet in.
Wait, let me get this straight.
No.
You missed the 11-0 night. You missed the night we pick up 12 positions. You bet on a UFC fighter who breaks his leg.
Correct.
What's going on here, Coach?
Wedding funeral.
Game that got rained out after you were winning.
I like to say I bring in the real better to this show. This is what happens to real people who don't listen to the experts, and that's my value on this show. When you put it through a list like that, Godfather, it really hurts. And it hurts my wallet. It hurts my wallet. Oh, gosh.
Well,
Coach, can we move on, Johnny?
One thing that has helped your wallet is you have been awesome on golf. You have been a terrific expert yourself in handicapping golf. You were 4-0 this past week. You're now in, East Lake in hot Atlanta down for the next golf tournament. And it ends on Monday, right, because of the holiday?
Yeah, it's a Friday start, ends on Monday. And there's a lot of things that are different about this week. So if gamblers, Johnny, just go and look at the odds today, no matter what day they're looking at before Friday, be careful. And there's a lot of reasons for it. This is only the second year that we've had the staggered start. What I mean by that is Dustin Johnson's the number 1 seed. He starts at 10 under. Everybody else is staggered down, and the final 4 or 5 started even par, 10 shots back. The reason they did this is because it was so confusing to have one person win the Tour Championship and another person win the FedEx Cup. So now there's one winner, $15 million to the winner this weekend. But what it does is it causes Vegas to have to figure out what are the odds. Because a lot of guys you're betting have a 1-shot lead, maybe a 2-shot lead over the other person when you're talking about tournament bets. So we got to be very careful when you look at the number to understand that they're not starting at the same spot. So I do have 3 picks this week because of that. Do you understand what I just said, Johnny?
I did understand what you just said. I've been taking notes, Coach, because every time you talk, I take notes. Mainly, I just write Coach rules over and over and over. Look at that, the Philly Godfather, best sports camera in the world, taking notes right now.
Thank you for the respect.
I'm out.
Joey Odessa, best combat sports handicap in the world, taking notes.
Joey doesn't even know how to write. We know he's not writing notes. He doesn't even know how to write.
That was Coach.
Woo! I know, words hurt.
That was not nice.
Wedding funeral.
He's an old wrestler. He's an old fighter. Those guys are just can't ride, right?
Yeah. That's true. All right. I've got some locks, some absolute locks. And 2 of these, I saw this guy play 2 weeks ago during a charity challenge when I was calling the PGA Tour event. And I looked at him and said, there's no way. This guy lost by 26 shots last week, and I've got him in 2 of my bets this week. So depending on where you're making your bets, find Mark Leishman and bet against him. He doesn't want to be there. The only reason he played last week was so that he would get a few points and make it to the BMW, because every person, the least amount of money a player can make in the bonus pool this week, $395,000 just for showing up in the bonus pool. So you show up, who wouldn't show up for $400,000? So here are the 3 plays to make. Mackenzie Hughes, -130. He's starting at even. Mark Leishman is starting at -1. So you're giving a stroke right off the bat. But even at -130, I'm taking it all day. Mackenzie Hughes made it in with a final putt on 18 on Sunday. He was excited. There's tons of perks for making to the first PGA or Tour Championship. So he's motivated to be there. Mark Leishman is not. Kevin Kisner starting at -1. Bet him against Victor Hovland. We made the same bet last week. We won it. We're going to make it again because Victor Hovland has never played at East Lake. He's a rookie. He doesn't know the course. Kevin Kisner's been there many, many times. Final play, Cameron Smith. He's a guy that not a lot of people know about. He's a fantastic golfer. He's a young kid. Take him against Mark Leishman too. Even Leishman starting at -1. Those are the 3 plays this week. And normally, guys, we never recommend betting on a winner pre-tournament. There's no value. But I'm recommending putting a big bet, +175, +160. I know it's low, but you give Dustin Johnson a 2-shot lead over the field and several shots over the rest of the field. He just won, and he just lost in the playoff last week. The last 2 weeks, a win, loses in the playoff. I'm taking DJ all the way to win, slam dunk the competition, take the plus money, and take it all the way to the bank.
And are you going to be in Hot Atlanta, Coach?
I will not be in Hot Atlanta. I am doing our post-game show on Monday. Then I have to head to the next – if you can believe it, the tour starts again next week. There's not even a week off in between the Tour Championship.
How do you find time to go to Liberty University, Coach? I mean, how do you
I'm going to have
time?
a layover in Nashville.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a layover in Nashville, check out Liberty, and then head to the studio.
You may be all tanned at the pool with Miss Falwell.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
I got you covered, Coach.
Thank you, Joey.
Coach,
So that's what I got.
Coach,
By the way, one last thing. Don't bet on Rory this week. The odds, they're very skewed. I meant to tell you that because he's on baby watch, okay? His wife is ready to pop. If you bet on him and he leaves in the second round, you lose your bet right there. So don't put any money on Rory. And the numbers reflect that, but do not, because from the sources I have in the tour, he won't make it through the week.
What do you have, like a doctor on, a gynecologist on staff? What do you How do you need sources? How do you need sources? How do you know his wife's going to have a baby?
They're saying that there's a very good chance, much like betting. It's not a guarantee, but the caddy is going to have the baby monitor. The minute it goes off, the second it goes off, Rory's putting the club in the bag, and he is going to the airport, private jet waiting, and he is out. I'm a little surprised, to be honest. He's even going to start the tournament, but you can't leave that kind of money and a chance to make history. He's the defending champion. He won the FedEx Cup a year ago, so he's got to at least show up and try. But if that baby monitor goes off, he's out.
That's from Dr. Jonathan Coachman.
That's true.
He just plays one on TV, JBL. He just plays one.
Yes, he